What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the stream. Oh man, I'm all over the place here today. This way. Nice. Okay, welcome back to the stream. We are working on um still making paper crafts. It's been a couple weeks, or it's been about a week. We're working on paper crafts, A, because I'm interested in it, and B, um I'm I'm just I'm kind of lagging after graduation. I have so many responsibilities with all the special ed graduation programs. It's interesting because in like a normal high school setting, the kids all do things together. Um, as in like the general ed community, they go on trips, they do sports together. So there's a lot of opportunities for pictures, and the kids have pictures. Um, but the special ed departments unfortunately would have to do all that themselves, and like the adults that spend most of the time with the students have to give, actively work on, being almost an active voice for the students, and it's just exhausting. But it is part of the job, and so it's just the complaint from the teachers and the staff is that we're not seen enough. But in reality, what happens is, like the leadership teacher says, and everyone says, it's like the kids really put all those shows together. And unfortunately, we just get kind of left out. Um, we just need to find a better way to do things, like how to change that, how to have like yearbook at unified soccer games, and have like just different things. But I'll think about it and maybe come up with an idea. I'm usually good at that. All right. So yeah, we're drinking name brand seltzer water on this show because we got poor. No, that's not true. Let's jump into the desktop. Nope, let's not jump in. Let's jump into the studio. Back into the studio. So if you joined us last week, or Monday, unfortunately I took Wednesday off because we had our graduation ceremony. So I took Wednesday off. I want to see who's chatting today. Hey Kylie, how's it going? Um, so my plan, I brought these home from work. They're at work to draw circles. I actually got to take over and I I helped clean out an old carpentry shop, and the lady said, "Well, take whatever you want." And there's just a few like little knickknacks and things that like I kind of wanted. I should have took. There was a really cool like 1960s like wall clock with like a matching wall thermometer. I should have taken that, but I didn't. Um, one of those things. Anyways, it's just like these are very like minimal, but I really also didn't want to take their stuff. It felt like kind of pillaging, but um, I don't know. Anyways, I have these circle things, and what we need to do with these is try to create what we did on. Where is my all my proofs? Okay, so let's see. Let's look at what we've done. The roller coaster is pretty cool. I really need to find some better glue. Um, Otherwise this is not going to work. I did use double-sided tape for this project, and you really need to use glue. Plus, I think there's like specific measurements you need to make this better. But the idea for this one was to have the guy on the roller coaster at the top, and it would animate itself as he went down. Like the next flip book over, right? So if you pull this strand, it flips these like this, right? But the mechanism, now they've got me saying it. They're all mechanisms. See? Um it doesn't flip them quite over enough. Like, do I draw him like we, right? And then until I get to this part where I pull him out and he's still going down. So I can technically animate that whole section. I should really start taping these into the book so that I don't have to like mess with them anymore. And I should glue them. Like I should put glue on this. This tape is, it's years old now. So it may not be the strongest. I saw them using some sort of crafter's glue, which I was pretty interested in, but yeah, maybe they did make things better back then. Okay, let's glue this in. Then I'm gonna fix this too. This top one's got to be glued in. So in order to make this, and I don't have to stick it to the page for this. I can take this off this page and put it into my sketchbook. I'm just gonna like donate this sketchbook. The reason why I want to use this sketchbook though is because it's a spiral sketchbook, and then it won't matter how thick it is, it'll just get thick on its own. You know, like it'll just do its own thing. Okay, so that's fine. I can take this off this. I don't need it on the sheet. I should write down the true measurements for this project so that I have it. I'm going to put the glue there, but I also want to put the glue where the glue goes. Elmer's glue works the best if you put like a super thin coat, but like full coverage. You really don't want to get this anywhere. Like the thinnest coat you can possibly. It dries so quick if you do it this way. Okay, so I gotta hit it the first time though. Okay, good. Okay. You guys can't even see the pencil drawing. But if you look at him, it's just a little guy screaming. Pretty interesting. All right, let me pull out this tape. I do have the dimensions for this project, or for this specific project. None of it's really that straight. I could have done a better job on it altogether. Let's be honest, but it's a prototype. It's like the first one. It's the first one. Give myself a little bit of slack. Oh. Okay, like it. Okay, so that's good. But now I can just go, okay, well, that's one thing. Now I can turn the page. Probably shouldn't turn the page so early. But I can turn the page. Did I do this in the right spot? Yes, I did. Okay. Turn the page, stick that there. Then I can go over to the next one. No problem. This is... Oh man, this is too many pieces. What happened here? Did they get hooked or did it? No. Oh yeah. What was my plan for this? You could push it in. I don't know why you would ever need this. What could this be capable of? See, like, I'm just like the two hands were interesting, and I guess I should just put those on because that's what's supposed to go here, right? So, like, the two hands are supposed to go here, and then, but that doesn't give you enough of a reveal. And it gets stuck on, like, it's not like it gives me any, like, use for it to go one way farther than the other. You know? Unless I wanted the whole scene to open up, but then when you're at that point, like even if you had two pieces of full paper and you pulled them apart, right? Like you wouldn't. I still think there's a use for this type, this mechanical piece. I just don't know what it is. And I use this like dingy tea stained paper when I probably shouldn't have. Do I want to put this in the book? I'm still gonna use it, so let's just put this in the book too. Let's put it sideways. I'm not too sure how this thing is supposed to help me in life, but I think one day I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to be like, well, that's what it was supposed to do. Until that day, I'm going to just tape it in the sketchbook. The good thing about taping things into a sketchbook, well, I should just do this with all my stuff. Start cutting it out and just taping it in, gluing it in. I don't know why I like leave it on like random pieces of paper with notes like I never read. So this would have to be like secured, right? I'm guessing. Like it's cool because you can do it at such a long scale, and you even push it in to like meet the page, right? But it really doesn't have any application. At least not anything like on top of it. Or if we need something to slide, but if we need something to slide, this is way too complicated. We just, well, I don't know. We're just gonna leave it in like this. Nothing transformative. I don't understand this piece of paperwork and what it'll do at any time. I do know the closer pieces are not as good, and these really far away ones don't work at all, or they're too far. Like you're like extended like to there, so your movement is very limited. Um, if anyone has any cool ideas on what we can do with this, it'd be great. Anyways, we're not even to where we need to be. So again, I'm going to flip the piece of paper, just trying to clean up the workspace and kind of show you guys where we're at with this. Back it up a little bit more. We're like barely getting it. Okay, perfect. Okay, so the next one we should do is we should put the guy in the mouth and this in here. I kind of want to just tape it so that I can flip it over and look at the mechanism. And then I can like reverse engineer things like as I want to them to come out. But this one is interesting. I finally got it to work better. It's a guy, and I was gonna get him like hitting the like a guy swinging a bat or something, but like he comes flying out of his hat and his suit, right? So it's pretty fun. That's true. That's very true. That's the only thing I can do with that. Um, oh no, it's never gonna change. It's always gonna be that. Okay, well, there we have it. Now we know what it is. You figured it out. Good. I don't have any more sleepless nights ahead of me because that was gonna be a head scratcher for me for days. But now I just put an arrow in it. Lots of things have been pointing to arrows. I don't know why I have so many things in my life right now. Very native themed. Maybe it's because I'm in the Pacific Northwest. I'm helping out the grandson of Chief Seattle in Seattle. It's just the ideas, the places I end up and things, it just blows my mind. So this allows me to like flip it up and over and I can look at what's going on. I should draw or I should cut out smaller pieces of this so I know what it is separate. Or I should have traced them out. That would have been a better idea. But in order to get this, I had to sheath it. If you like looked in between, there's an extra piece of paper here that has to go over it so it doesn't get hooked on the neck piece. So now it moves smoothly. But now there's an extra sheet of paper. Does it matter that much? No, not that much. Okay, we're moving right along. This is going good. This is what I had hoped for. I've been nervous to do this because this is like it's a work sketchbook, but the problem is that this is what I've been working on. So it'd be better if I put it at the bottom of the page. Okay, I also need to see this one. Do I have any more random pieces of tape on my desk? Nope. Okay, I gotta go get a new piece. Okay, so again, we're going to kind of make a hinge. It's like the brightest blue tape on like a very like subtle drawing. That's okay though. Which way do I want this to hinge? This one's kind of crazily difficult to. This is actually not that difficult. It's just it's hard to get the measurements correct. Like that goes down way too far. I didn't need it to go down that far. So the stopper needs to stop like much higher. It needed to stop about an inch, you know. So yeah, it would have like just needed to have been there. So this is like absurdly over the top, but I wanted to make. Oh, sorry, guys. I am suffering from a bit of congestion. I apologize. Doing the best to stay well, but probably. Let me know how many steps did I do today? I went to 2 graduations in one school day. At 2 different schools, high schools. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that I pulled that off. Um, let's see. I just want to look at steps. It's probably not that much. I probably left my phone on my desk a few times. I don't even know where it is. Oh, I only did 14,000 steps today. Not that many. I always like to see how many stairs I did. It usually tells you, but I don't have like all the fancy stuff. I wish I did. I probably just have to like set it up and just never have. Yeah. I know there's one that says how many stairs you go up, but I go up so many stairs every day. It's like crazy. Anyways, back to work. So this piece, like, cool, right? That works. Oh, did I tape that on? I taped it on the wrong side. It's too much on one page. Only gonna wait a page with one drawing at a time. Well, now I want it on the other side. Right, so now I can just, yeah, that's how I made it. That's what it looks like. Okay, next page. Where is the one I need? The one I've been looking for. Oh, I know why. It's like a tiny little thing. Okay, so this guy, I spilled sauce on him. Look, he's got a dot on his head. I ate some really hot ramen the other day. Oh my goodness. Made me cry. Um, Made me sweat. I was hoping it would help with the congestion. It did not. I just need to get like some solid rest. That's my plan the next few days. Rest. I need to work on an edit, which is not that much rest. I did a really cool edit, but no one will ever get to see it because it's a student edit. Um, Maybe I'll release it. The edits are really good, but it's just like I do it for the school. They are time consuming because I have to set up sound and everything, but they're pictures of our kid, the students, and I'm not putting those online for legal reasons. Um, Plus, I can't put them online because the actual music that I've used is copyright music and they won't let us do that. So I have to do them underground. If you see them, you get to see them. Not many people get to see them. All right. So did I make, oh, I made two. That's right. This is a double-sided wheel. Okay, I need to remember how to make this thing. So that's what we're here to do today. It's how to make the circle. How does that thing work? Should I make it on another small piece of paper like this? Was this the best idea? They used it as a hinge, so a lot of people are using it as a hinge. And there's a couple different hinges. So let's just make some hinges and what they look like. I've seen some stuff that just starts blowing your mind on like actually what you can try to pull off. So let's, oh, these things have, yeah, that is so nice. So check it out. Oh my goodness. Where's my, this is fantastic. Oh, I'm so excited. My whole thing recently has been like, how do I find the center? But this tool, if I zoom in, I need to reduce the brightness. Hold on, guys. Let me get in here. Get in here and let me. Oh. Oh, come on. There we go. Is that better? Might be the best. Okay. That looks pretty good, I think. Now you can see things. Yeah. I should just ink in color while I go. Okay, I know I did this last time. But now I can find the center, so I can figure out how to do this better. And so there you have a little bump. But that just doesn't really, but you can just go that's kind of center, right? I saw somebody make a hinge though and it was different. So we're going to try to make the hinge. And why you would make the hinge is the very interesting thing. Okay. I haven't had a whole lot of time to research this week. Where did my, there it went. I was like, don't lose that thing. That's too big for the hinge I want to make though. Okay, but let's try it. Let me get my scrap paper. What do we got here? This looks perfect to make a hinge piece out of. So in order to make this, they said, oh, what did they say? I think the hinge piece has to be the diameter. This would be better if I knew my math. I'm gonna have to get real familiar with 1/16, 7/8, things like that, 1/2. Oh no, this is gonna be tough. I gotta learn a skill to do a skill. Okay, so I found out that this goes this way because I had it upside down. So that's one step in the right direction. Oh, that makes it so much easier to draw. And well, if you could draw straight, the little ones are pretty tough to draw in. It's helpful though. Okay. It's got to be bigger than that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut the hole. I don't think the hole should be this big. I think we should make a smaller hole. And actually, we're going to just make, yeah. I don't know what we're going to do right now. So let's just say we're going to make 2 pieces of paper and we're going to make the thigh. We're going to take a thigh, right? And we're going to hinge it to, so we need a hole, we need a hole right there. We're going to hinge it to a, so let's just go here. Let's say this is the size hole we want. Okay, good. You don't really need to know the center point there. Okay, so we cut this piece there. And then the way, okay, so I need the same hole, right, in theory, which is 5/16. Yeah, it's definitely 5/16. So it's 5/16 is our circle. Let's just, for sake of argument, draw one, right? Oh man, I didn't do a good job. I just moved that around so much. This is what we need to insert into that. So we need this plus flaps. Can we just draw the flaps on so that I can just cut it? Right? The one I saw, the guy had two flaps, right? So this is a whole different art. And then if you add this with a folded piece of paper that moves when you open something, it like just starts becoming this like crazy art form. But I don't know if I can make the connector piece. This may not work. This will. No, I gotta put the hinge through and then glue that to the knee part if I'm gonna make that type of hinge. The one the guy made flipped when this opened. It was wild. Well, so when I saw his, and then he folded in his two flaps, he had two flaps that went like here and here, right? And then the rest of this was like his design. So let's just draw it as like, I didn't really put that in a great spot. Let's say his calf looks like a terrible eggplant from the knee down. It's bad, but it's fine. Okay, let's just cut this out and give it a shot. How long have we been talking about nothing? Okay. Yeah. It's always so hard to get to color, especially when you're just trying to like learn how to do something. You're not like spending a lot of time with the project. You're just kind of trying to figure out. I mean, some people, that girl spent some time with her project for sure. Unfortunately, I have too many projects going on. Unfortunately, I'm just responsible for just too many things. It's okay. I like it that way. I have a whole team waiting for me to come back to play video games. And I got so many other things I need to do, like get some rest so I can get over this cough. Oh well. I can't complain about having too much to do. I think I do a pretty good job acting out there. Man, I just think about all the people I've talked to today. And I always like try to look back and like think, did I say the right thing to those people? Was that what they wanted to hear? I mean, everyone seems to be happy in the moment, but I wonder if people like, I don't know. That's what everyone worries about, social anxiety. Um, but I have to do a lot of socialization for my job. So, bent down the flaps, folded in the part. He put his in upside down. So, the cuff, where it goes through, has to be thinner than okay, so let's try this again. Okay, that folds in farther. This also folds in. Okay, so then you insert our piece, unfold this piece, and so, okay, this is why this piece works like this. So I saw a guy make basically a scene of witches, and this is a witch's leg pops out, and like she like sits up on a broom, and he made this hinge piece. And it was really weird because it started like this and then ended up in this format. But yeah, this is a way I can make hinge pieces inside, so you can make a clock. Like if I wanted to make a spinning clock, I could just really, well, maybe this is special. No, that can't be special. Interesting. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm just going to tough it out. I got a couple more days, and I don't feel contagious. I don't feel like I'm going to get anyone sick. I do sound a little rough around the edges. So I should probably rest. I'll make it. I have to. I'm just going to get a lot of rest this weekend and drink lots of water. That's my plan. Okay. That's cool. Sorry, I just kind of blanked. Trying to figure out what this would be good for. Okay, so she had another piece. She has a piece. Let's look at her artwork real quick. Just to review. I hate when this starts happening. What is that under? Saved? Yes. Yes? Yes. There's one where two faces come apart. Why do I want to watch this ad? Do I know how that's done? It's just a cutout, right? Spinning wheel. I know how that's done. Is that all one piece? Dang. I don't know how that's done now. That can't be one piece. Is it? Because the sliding pieces, maybe, right? Then she cut a hole in that. She cut a hole in the end of whatever. Okay, but this is. Dude, that's so complicated. I like this one. See, this is what I was trying to make. I think it gets stuck in the middle. That's what I was hoping for. Okay, maybe I'll understand this better. Wait. Don't do that to me. Oh gosh. Okay. See, okay. She has some sort of reverse action there. Where she's drawn she's drawn a thing. What does the back look like? Wait, there's a spot where the back is. It's fine, I can like it. Okay, that's just a cut slip. Is it even with a slider? It is. It doesn't make sense. She has like two. I don't understand it. Oh. Huh. I think she made this. Right? That's what this is. This has glue. I still have to go back and figure out how I made this. Yeah. Where is that piece? 3 legs, but would 3 legs work? I don't think I could do 3 legs. I could put a spinning mechanism piece here, which is what we did before, which was just like a plug. And so if we do a plug, it, right? How did we do it for this one? I have to remember. Oh, one more time. It's not where I figured out how to make it. I figured out how to make it from this lady. A big circle and a little circle, and then you trace the little circle and the big circle, then you cut the little circle. That's right. So you take the big circle and the little circle, you cut out the big circle from the little circle. So that's what she did. She took this circle and she drew one of these circles. I had a hole punch, which was a lot easier. But let's just make our life hard and do some quick circle cutting out. I should have used scrap paper. I don't know why I used this giant piece, but whatever. Made decisions. Decisions were made. Let's see if I knew the size of. I may as well just did a hole punch. Just that was dumb. It's okay. I wasn't the brightest tool in the shed. I just show up. Just have great attendance. So it's such great attendance. Missed one day of school this year. I had to move. So they say cut around the circle. Not doing a very good job. Need to give my scissors better light, but I'm really doing a terrible job. My scissors are a little sticky. I don't know why, but they're sticky. I didn't even get that close to center. But then she said cut some slits towards the center. Right. And on the other side. And then those get folded up, right? So she did is she put this plug through 2 pieces of paper. And then, yeah. So like now she had a bigger circle. So let's say we have, no, it's too big. So we have this circle here, right? It's only for marking the lines. You're not supposed to draw the whole line in there. Uh-oh. I've got mail. Wonder if my brother's gonna play video games with me tonight. We both finally stopped and took a break for a second from life and played a game the other night, which was really nice. I mean, in reality, it's very easy to hang out with me. You just play any sort of game with me, you like go, hey, I play this game. Although I know, Kylie, you're gonna be like, I want to play Words with Friends. I'm like, oh, okay, slaughter time. I don't think I've ever beat you in a game of Scrabble. Words with Friends is just like Scrabble, but yeah. Anywho, so the thought process though here, right, is we have our mini circle and we can trace around our mini circle and just make two slits in two quadrants of our mini circle, right? And so now if I do cut my slits out, right? Like this is what she did, but this is like no glue situation. And I have a feeling we're using some glue. We got to. So there's no reason to really make this way unless you're really like you don't got any glue. So see, you're coming up with all the creative ideas. I'm just trying to work on the mechanics. I eventually want to try to see if I could transition some of this paper stuff into 3D printed stuff. But I feel like just working at this level with your hands with just like the simplest of materials like paper, easy to cut, easy to like bend if you need to, fold. You can do everything with paper that you could do with pretty much every material, you know? So it's a good starter material, especially when you're learning how to build things. So let's say there's a hole in the side of the paper, and the hole has to be, you guessed it, the same size as what we've been doing. This is going to be bad. Okay, but let's just do it. This piece of paper is so ugly, and everything I have is ugly. I can get a strip of paper. I guess that's the name of this game right now. This wheel's probably only going to be about... No, let's just make it at the top then. So if we want it to be off the top... Sorry, I'll move it up, guys. Make it off the top here, right? So you could spin it. But you can make a big spinner wheel in theory. Right, I can make something spin in the center if the wheel was big enough. If I wanted to put it here, as long as the wheel in the back is like huge, this would still spin and I don't need to put it all the way out to the top. Right? Should I just make it do that? Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try that idea. No, we're not, because that's gonna make it way harder. What I would like to do is like, okay, yeah, here's the spinner wheel, right? There's a little piece in there, but that's not a great idea because are these both the same? No, but they both only go to the same size hole, largest hole. So, okay, let's just try it here, right? We can make another one if we really hate this spot. Make plenty of them. Should start with like bigger, like a bigger project size just so it's easier to cut. Okay, so this would go through this hole in a perfect world, but in this world, it's gonna just get stuck. Heat, heat. Oh, no. So in a world where things work correctly, which is gonna be here just shortly, we just gotta fix what we've broken. Okay, again, we had this problem with the leg. I'm just not that good. This is probably gonna have a problem once it gets through the hole even. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's a tight squeeze. Okay, so there's that. And now that I have these two things sticking up, my idea, which seems crazy now, which seems impossible, I think just gluing this thing together in a couple pieces is much more reasonable than trying to build all these interlocking pieces. But we're going to try it anyways. Wish me luck. Yeah, I built so many things out of cardboard. I almost was tempted. I saw somebody was selling those kids cardboard craft cutters. They're ridiculously expensive if you want to buy one. They're like $200. But I saw one on Facebook Marketplace. I got it. It actually worked. I saw one on Facebook Marketplace for $100 off. They went $150 for it. So her mechanism is cool, but it's very janky as far as like how it turns. Now I need to like just make. I wish I could find a way. I need to look up how to find the center of a circle. It's something that's not that gigantic. I believe you just draw a line through what you think is the center, but that doesn't make sense to me. I've thought about like why that doesn't work in my brain. And I'll try my best to see if I can find center, and we'll give it our best college try. But I'm gonna just trace this lid real quick. If I had my ruler, which I do, and we'll stop the stream pretty shortly here. I am exhausted, and like I said, I need to get some rest. So that lid is about on its longest point. We're gonna say we pendulum it back and forth. That's at 3 inches. That's it. They're all about it, about that line. So I'm just gonna draw a line to what I think is straight down, but I don't think that's in the center of it this way. Like, you know what I mean? Like just because I draw, like that, why does that mean that center? I think you have to measure from the longest point, but when I do that, oh, maybe not rotationally, maybe just I should be able to slide it over. I don't know. Anyways, let's just cut this out. This is why it'd be good to like use the compass, the old school compass. And this doesn't need to be any real shape either. This could just be, she made this like a dial, which is a cool thought. The reason, well, I think she should make the turning part into a dial, because if you made the turning part into a dial, right? Like if you put the little grooves, one, right? Yeah, I messed it up too. And then like 3, right? If you do the dial look, it forces the person to turn at that speed. I'm just gonna quickly cut it out. Then I'm gonna let everyone off for the night because we're done. It's gonna be summertime pretty soon, and then the work can really start. Lots of video editing, ordering car parts. It's gonna be a crazy summer getting things done. I gotta make a new friend so that he can help me. We can work together to get my car onto the road again. Even though I'm getting a new car, I think gifted to me, still would be nice to. Okay, it doesn't matter, I guess, for the center. I'm just gonna guess. Where did it go? Where did my piece of paper go? Did I chop it apart? Oh, here it is. So if I made this the turnstile for the back, which still I have to glue, right? So I didn't like save myself any trouble by, and again, I can't see center. So unless I have a hole like she did, how am I supposed to hit the center of this? Just supposed to guess? I guess. We'll try to line up this center with that center. See how it goes. And then it's almost like I should put something here. Oh, sorry, I glued that. You guys couldn't see it. So you could turn anything. It's going to be centralized. Yeah. Can't turn it yet. It's not done gluing. Just don't want it to get stuck to the. Okay. So I think that's cool. Like if you had that sticking out and it turned something like that was down here. The thing has to be huge though from order for that to happen. And like it has to be central. You can only get so big with this idea and you can only go so far down. So she had this, right? In between her the mechanics of this is too much for what it needs to be. I think this was much simpler to make this one, and it only had, maybe it had the same amount of pieces. I think it was the same amount, except I don't have this middle piece. These are just glued on to the back of this, and this becomes whatever. So that's just the extra piece that I have here that's different. Oh well, two ways to make them, you know, cool, whatever. All right, well, that's going to be it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy your night tonight. Enjoy the weekend. We will be back here on Monday, regularly scheduled program. I'm going to switch the webcam real quick. Thanks for joining. Happy Friday. Whew, we made it. We made it through another school year too. So congratulations, it's all graduates of 2026 from any school, any eighth grade, from high school, college, wherever you're graduating from. If you're furthering your education out there, great. Anyways, that's going to be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it and have a great evening. I also am going to be bringing back the stream, the PlayStation stream, but I'm going to be bringing that back on to Twitch only, and we're going to be running that under Psycho Bunny again. Um, anyways, that's going to be it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it and have a great evening. Good night.